we are seeing a drastic resurgence of marginalization and dehumanization taking commonplace in America. In our social institutions, places that we're supposed to feel safe are now politicized in a way that hurts Brown, Black, and LGBTQ communities. What do you expect to happen? Charlie Kirk has been one of the biggest vessels in communicating this hatred. And now we're seeing a symptom of a deeper problem manifesting in the violence that was perpetuated against him. People are angry and afraid, and they don't like the direction that this country is going, and they don't know what to do about it. Blame the root problem. Blame the fascist culture that is taking over this country, that is making every other country look at us like we are crazy. Are you seeing it now? Are you understanding that something is wrong?
I can't stand the word empathy, actually. I think empathy is a made-up new age term that does a lot of damage.
There's a lot of people being policed based off of how they show empathy or the lack thereof when it comes to Charlie Kirk. And I believe there's a lot of videos and things this man has said that's echoing in folks' head. Probably debating with the devil right now. Him, Ronald Reagan, George Bush. Yeah, they having a debate of hell. Oh, shit. Now they saying they don't know who shot Charlie Kirk. And the person they had allegedly, he didn't do it. So now we're waiting on the details to see who did this to Charlie Kirk and why did they do it. But it's going to be interesting to see how the Trump administration spins this, as well as how it becomes de-racialized if it's you know who. And if it ain't, it's going to be really interesting to see all of the racial pathology and politics at play. We are watching now and seeing what's happening. Still crazy political violence going on in this country, and I blame Trump. I blame them for all the climate they didn't cause to make it where individuals want to pull out their little things and shoot them. Especially when we start talking about, hey, man, preventative gun laws could have prevented this man's life. But y'all say we don't need that because criminals don't break the law. Criminals don't care about the law. But y'all feel away with anything else. Man, we're waiting on these updates for Trump. I'm waiting on those updates with Charlie Kirk. Shit, crazy.
I don't have a lot of empathy for the man who said, and I quote, "I think it's worth it. I think it's worth the cost of, unfortunately, some gun deaths every single year so that we can have the Second Amendment to protect our other God-given rights." I don't have a lot of empathy for that man. Clearly, he was okay with this. And even still, I'm not going to have a ton of empathy for the man who spent his entire life, including his last moments on earth, being openly misogynistic, transphobic, racist, anti-immigrant, xenophobic. The list goes on and on and on. No, he doesn't have my sympathies or empathy.
Think about all that old transphobic shit you talking about, lady. That's ain't the minds of Mr. The last thing she named was being racist, transphobic, homophobic. That's that Black Lives Matter bullshit. We don't care about that shit, lady. He was anti-black. You can miss me with that transphobic shit. Go ahead, Joe.
Not even him. Of course, I feel horrific for his family, who is likely devastated by this loss, obviously, because I'm a human being who has some care and empathy in me. I don't want this to happen to anybody, especially the victims of the over 300 mass shootings we've had in the United States this year, not including the school shooting that happened today, not this event, a different one that wounded 3 people. This is going to stay in the news cycle way longer than any of those other acts of violence out there. We're going to talk about him and the grief and how this is enough and how bad we feel for him and his family way longer than we've ever talked about any of the other victims. We're going to spend our time and energy focusing on somebody who would not shed a tear.
We shouldn't. You shouldn't, because it didn't have to take me like 30, 50 years for me to just understand where this man is coming from and why we don't need exactly to show empathy for him, because this is who they are. Just like from the first video, the lady said, this is who they are. They can't hide the character. Personally, I said that yesterday too. You just can't keep on hiding your character anymore. You can keep it up for long, but not for long too. Trust me. You can't keep on fooling people every single day with the same old lies, the same conspiracy theories and everything. It's who they are, and it just clearly shows out,